Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Bhagavan Sri Ramana has written in Tamil Upadesha Undiyar having 30 verses, and it is said later same thing in Sanskrit known as Upadesha Sara. I heard also there are many discourses and explanations on Upadesha Sara by many scholars, and hence I am not that qualified or eminent to explain on Upadesha Sara, but I thought it right just to give its meaning. I am not going to make an explanation on that. I have taken the English translation of Upadesha Sara from one Mr. Rajiv Kapoor, who is a Kriya Yogi from Mumbai. I depend on his translation for this Upadesha Sara, and I hereby acknowledge it. Kartruragneya prapyate phalam karma kim param karma tajjadam. By the will of the Creator, the fruits of actions are realized. How is action then supreme? It is not. The action is not. It is inert. Kruti mahodadau patana karanam phalama shashvatam gati nirodhakam. The results of actions are not permanent and pass away, yet their seeds form an ocean of karma which becomes a barrier in the progress of a spiritual seeker. The results of actions are, though temporary, those seeds form an ocean of karma which becomes a barrier in the progress of a spiritual seeker. Ishvararpitam nechaya krutam chitta shodhakam mukti sadhakam. The work which is performed as an offering to the Almighty and done without any expectation of the fruits thereof helps in purification of the mind and thereby leads one to liberation or realization. Kayavan mana karyamuttamam pujanam japa chintanam kramat. Among many actions performed by the body or voice or the mind, that is puja, ritualistic worship, japa is chanting, and contemplation is inner meditation. Among these, each is superior to the other in an ascending order. Jagata ishadhi yukta sevanam ashtamurta bhrudyeva pujanam. Worshipping any of the 8 forms, thinking they're all forms of God, is good worship of God. Here he refers to 8 forms. Those 8 forms are earth, water, fire, air, space, sun and moon, and all other living beings. All together makes 8. So worshipping all these 8 forms are also forms of God. Uttamastava duchamandata chittajam japa dhyanamuttamam. Singing the Lord's praises is good. Praising the Lord is good. But better than that is loud chanting of japa. While superior to loud chanting is soft japa. However, the best of all is silent mental japa. Ajyadharaya srotasa samam sarala chintanam viralatha param. Like an unbroken flow of oil or a stream of water, the continuous meditation is better than that which is interrupted. Bhedha bhavanat sohamityasau bhavanabhida pavani mata. Meditation without duality. What is that is meditating as I am He. That is meditating as I am He is superior to meditation which assumes a separation between the bhakta, devotee, and the beloved Lord. Bhava shunya sadbhava sustiti bhavana bala bhaktiruttama. A state of void, free from thought. A state of void and free from thought is gradually attained, making abundance in the background state of I am complete. I am complete. This is supreme devotion. This is supreme devotion. Hrustale mana swasthata kriya bhakti yoga bodhascha nishchitam. Fixing the mind in the heart. Fixing the mind in the heart, that is source, is true karma. It is true action. It is true bhakti. It is true devotion. It is true yoga. And it is true gnana. That is the true knowledge. Vayurodhana liyate mana jalapakshivad rodha sadhanam. Through the control of the breath, the movement of the mind is contained. It is just like as a bird is restrained when caught in a net. Chitta vayu vischit kriya yuta shakhayordvayi shakti mulaka. The mind and pranas which carry out various thought processes and actions within the body emerge from one common source. All these thought processes and actions in the body emerge from the one common source. Laya vinashate ubhayarodhane layagatam punar bhavati nomrutam. Mind control can be achieved through two modes. One is through absorption or abeyance, or through complete destruction. In the case of the first mode, that is absorption, the mind emerges again as it is merely absorbed in the void and hence temporarily held in abeyance. In contrast, the second mode, that is complete destruction, when the mind is destroyed, it can never emerge again. Prana bandhanat lina manasam eka chintanat nashametyada. When the mind is held in suspension through control of the breath, it must then be completely destroyed through one pointed attention to that one reality. It must then be completely destroyed through one pointed attention to that one reality. Nashtamanaso krushta yogina krutyamasti kim svastitim yata. Krutyamasti kim svastitim yata. What action remains for an exalted yogi whose mind has been completely destroyed? And who is ever established in the self? What action remains for an exalted yogi, Utkrishta yogi, whose mind has been completely destroyed and who is ever established in the self? Drishyavaritam chittamatmana chitvadarshanam tatvadarshanam. When attention is withdrawn, from where? From objects. When attention is withdrawn from the objects and focused exclusively on the self, then what happens? Truth is revealed. When attention is withdrawn from all the objects and focused exclusively on the self, truth is revealed. Manasam tu kim margane krite naiva manasam marga arjavat. When one inquires, what is the mind? When one inquires, what is the mind? Manasam tum kim. He finds out that there is no mind. This is the direct path to reality. This is the direct path to reality. Ruttayastvaham Ruttimashrita Ruttayo mano vidbaham mana. Mind is nothing but a bundle of thoughts. It's a bundle of thoughts. These thoughts depend upon the I thought alone. These thoughts depend upon the I thought. Hence, the mind is nothing but this I thought. I repeat, mind is bundle of thoughts. This thought depends on that I thought. Hence, the mind is nothing but I thought. Ahamayam kruto bhavati chinvata aipatatyaham nija vicharanam. Ask the question. What question? From where does this I thought arise? The question is, from where does this I thought arise? On inquiring deeply, very deeply, the I thought will vanish. This is self-inquiry. From where does this thought arise? I thought arise. On inquiring deeply, the I thought will vanish. This is self-inquiry. Ahaminashabhajyahamantaya spurati hrutsavam paramapurnasat. When the I thought or ego is destroyed, the real I springs forth on its own in the spiritual heart and shines as I. I is that I in all its fullness. Idamaham pada abhikyamanvaham ahamilina ke pyalaya sattaya. And this unbroken, continuous I, that I with this I is the real I, as the I thought disappears and dissolves in deep sleep. It dissolves in the deep sleep. Vigrahendriya pranabhitima nahameha kasachadam hyasat. This real I, not that false I, this real I is the only truth, the only reality. Neither the body nor the senses nor the vital air, prana, nor breath, nor the intellect, nor the ignorance may be considered as real, because they're all gross, inert, insentient, and they are illusory also. The same thing Shankara Bhagavad Pada has mentioned in his first stanza of Nirvana Shadaka. Mano buddhi ahankara chitta ninaham chidananda rupa shivoham shivoham. Same thing. Here it is coming from Sri Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi. Sattva bhasika chitkavetara sattaha chitvittayahyam. Is there any other thing apart from that consciousness? Ramana asking this. Is there any other thing apart from consciousness that illumines the existence? He answers. Indeed, the existence itself is consciousness, and that consciousness is I am. He puts a question. Is there anything other than, apart from consciousness, that can illuminate that existence? He answers, existence itself is the consciousness, and that consciousness is I am. Isha jivayor veshadibhidha sattva bhavato vastu kevalam. Between the jiva, the individual, and Ishvara, the universal consciousness, there is a difference only with respect to the body and the intellect, that is gross and subtle bodies. But from the standpoint of true nature, sattva bhavato, the absolute reality alone is. Sattva bhavato vastu kevalam. From the standpoint of true nature, the absolute reality alone is same. Veshahanata swatmadarshanam ishadarshanam swatmarupata. When the various conditionings of body, mind and identifications with name and form are shed, when they are shed, what happens? The self is realized. The self is realized. The vision of the Lord as self. Vision of the Lord as self is true self-realization. That is the true self-realization. Atma samsthiti swatma darshanam atma nirdvayad atma nishtata. Since the self is non-dual, it is not two. Establishing oneself in the self alone, because self is non-dual, establishing oneself in the self alone is the vision of the self, and that alone is abidance in the self. That alone is the abidance in the self. Gnana varjita gnana hina chit gnanamasti kim gnatumantaram. The consciousness transcends all dualities. The consciousness transcends all dualities and is devoid of the thought of knowledge. Not only thought of knowledge, as well the thought of ignorance. It transcends the thought of knowledge as well the thought of ignorance. Gnana varjita gnana hina chit. He further asks, is there any knowledge? Is there any knowledge other than self-awareness itself? To know the self? Gnana masti kim gnatum antaram. Is there any knowledge other than self-awareness itself? To know the self. Kim svarupamit atmadarshani avyaya abhava purnachit sukham. What is the nature of me? What is the nature of me? The self. Thus inquiring, if somebody inquire on that, what is the nature of me? Then one realizes the self is indestructible. The self is unborn. The self is perfect. And self is of the nature of consciousness and bliss. Self is the nature of consciousness and bliss. Bandha muktyatītam param sukham vindati haji mastu daivika. The individual who has realized the divine state, the divine state is his own real nature. The individual who has realized the divine state, his own real nature, gains supreme happiness and bliss. Supreme happiness and bliss beyond bondage and freedom. Here itself, nowhere. He gets this supreme happiness and bliss where? Here itself, in this very world, अहमपेतकं निज विभानकं महदिदन्तवो रमणवागियं. Self-inquiry and devoid of ego is a great penance. Self-inquiry and devoid of ego is the only great penance. Realize this truth. Articulated by Sri Ramana. He concludes this last stanza telling, self-inquiry and devoid of ego is a great penance. Realize this truth. Articulated by Sri Ramana. Upadesha Sara, 30 verses. It is said that it is Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Raja Yoga and Gnana Yoga. The shlokas 1 to 4 is Karma Yoga, whereas 5 to 10 is Bhakti Yoga, 11 to 15 is Raja Yoga, and 16 to 30 is Gnana Yoga. What a great composition of Bhagavan Sri Ramana, comprising all 4 yogas, important Karma, Bhakti, Raja Yoga, Gnana Yoga, in just 30 shlokas. Before we come to an end, having recited number of times Upadesha Sara, something comes to my mind. Nirvana Shataka of Adi Shankara Bhagavad Padaru. Same Shankara's Manisha Panchaka and this Upadesha Sara along with Mandukya Upanishad. All these 4 together makes a very great literature and a wonderful subject for discourses. Some learned scholars should think on this. Combination of all the 4, delivering a discourse or writing a explanation on this, all 4 together, connecting each other. Independently is different, connecting each other is different. Really, it will be a great contribution, asset to society. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.